Chosen one, what if I told you that powerful people have been looking for you for 300 years? There's something about your bloodline that they don't want you to know. It's not a coincidence that you felt different all your life. Your presence carries a unique energy, a sense of purpose that even you might struggle to explain. For centuries, they've sought to hide the truth, to keep you in the dark. But now, the pieces are falling into place, and what was once concealed is starting to come to light. By the end of this video, you'll know why you've been singled out, what your lineage truly means, and how you can begin to take control of the power that's been hidden within you. If you resonate with what I'm saying, like this video and comment 77 below. Don't forget to subscribe, share this message, and click the super thanks button to support this channel. This is more than just a video. This is your invitation to uncover the truth that will change everything. Stay tuned because what's coming next is something you can't afford to miss. The hidden truth about chosen one's bloodlines. For generations, certain bloodlines have carried a mark, an inheritance as unique as a fingerprint that stretches back to times long before anyone today can remember. Imagine walking through life feeling as though you've been set apart, as though a greater calling or unseen force quietly tugs at the edges of your existence. It's not just a fleeting feeling. It's a constant undercurrent, something that makes you look at the world differently. You might have felt misunderstood, out of place, or as though the things that come easily to others feel infinitely more complex for you. Yet at the same time, there's a growing sense that these struggles are tied to something important, that you, by design, were never meant to blend seamlessly into the crowd. Instead, you were crafted with purpose, destined to uncover a truth that has been hidden in plain sight all along. As you begin to explore these ideas, you realize they're not merely fantasies. The sense of being different, of feeling as though you're searching for a missing piece of yourself. It's not in your head. It's the first whisper of a larger story waiting to unfold. For those who have sensed this pull, the emotional weight can feel immense. There is often a deep loneliness attached to the feeling of being different, even when surrounded by others. When you can't find the words to explain why you feel the way you do, it can be isolating. You may look back on moments when you were treated as if you were less, when peers, teachers, or even family members overlooked your potential or misunderstood your quiet brilliance. Maybe you've been dismissed or labeled difficult simply because your spirit didn't conform to the expectations placed upon you. These experiences, though painful, are not evidence of inadequacy. They are proof that you were never ordinary. Your inner struggles, your sense of not belonging, these are clues, not curses. They point to the fact that something much larger is at play. This weight you carry, this deep sense of being different, has a purpose. What's more, it's tied directly to a truth that can change everything. It's no coincidence that the story of King Josiah resonates so deeply with those who feel they were born for something more. In the Bible, Josiah ascended to kingship at only 8 years old, yet his reign was unlike any other. From a young age, his path was marked by a divine purpose that others could see, even if he didn't fully understand himself at first. He wasn't chosen because he fit the mold of a typical ruler. He was chosen because his lineage carried a promise, a responsibility to restore and guide. His story is just one example of how certain bloodlines have always been carefully watched. The elite, those who have sought to maintain power and control throughout history, understand the significance of these lineages. They've gone to great lengths to ensure that certain truths remain hidden, sealing away ancient documents, rewriting historical accounts, and perpetuating myths that obscure the real stories. But the cracks are forming. The vaults of secrecy can no longer hold back the truth. And if you've ever felt a connection to something greater, if you've ever sensed that your life has a deeper meaning, you may be part of this unraveling revelation. Signs of transformation are all around you, even if they don't yet seem clear. You might notice subtle shifts in your life. New opportunities appearing seemingly out of nowhere, people reaching out to you with guidance or encouragement at just the right moment, or sudden bursts of clarity in your thoughts. Perhaps you experience what others might call coincidences more frequently, only they feel like something more like divine timing. There's a sense of alignment in the events unfolding around you, as if your inner truth is drawing the world into harmony with it. Even in the midst of challenges, there's a quiet knowing that something bigger is at work. These transformations may not always be obvious, but they are building. They're the markers of a deeper shift, signs that your bloodline's legacy is awakening within you. The more you tune in, the more you'll see that your life is not random. It's part of a carefully orchestrated plan. And that orchestration is not your doing alone. Behind the scenes, there are higher forces working on your behalf. While it may have felt at times that you were alone in your struggles, the truth is that you've never been without support. Whether you call it divine intervention, ancestral guidance, or the hand of God, there's something shaping your path. The struggles you've endured were never meant to break you. They were preparing you. Every closed door, every difficult season, was clearing the way for the right opportunities to appear. Spiritual alignment isn't about forcing your life into a certain mold. It's about recognizing that what seemed like setbacks were actually setups for elevation. The synchronicities, the unlikely moments of grace, the seemingly random connections, all of it points to a larger design. You are being positioned exactly where you need to be for the next stage of your journey. It's one thing to see the signs. It's another to accept and embody them. This is often where fear creeps in, the fear of stepping fully into your calling. Many resist divine change not because they don't believe it's real, but because it feels too overwhelming, too uncertain. It's easier to stay in the known, even if the known is uncomfortable. But the time has come to embrace the unknown. You've already begun to feel the shifts, to see the hints that you are not the same person you once were. Now is the moment to fully acknowledge that transformation. This isn't just about seeing the evidence. It's about deciding to claim it, to walk boldly into your purpose. It's about understanding that this is not happening to you by chance. You were chosen for this, and the only thing left is for you to choose it too. When you finally accept this truth, something extraordinary happens. The doubts begin to fade, replaced by a profound sense of empowerment. You realize that the fears and obstacles you once thought were insurmountable are now stepping stones to something greater. In this moment, you find clarity. You begin to take intentional steps, whether that means deepening your spiritual practice, pursuing your unique calling, or simply living each day with a renewed sense of purpose. This newfound awareness is not about achieving perfection. It's about embracing authenticity. As you move forward, you become a beacon for others who are on similar paths. You show them that transformation is possible, that stepping into one's divine inheritance is not just a dream, but a reality waiting to be claimed. And in that realization, you finally understand that you were never alone. You were never ordinary. You were always meant to rise. And so, as you sit with this truth, consider what it means for you moving forward. What steps will you take now that you see the bigger picture? How will you embody the calling that has been quietly shaping your life all along? The next move is yours, and it's one of empowerment, trust, and purpose. Comment bloodline if you feel this resonates with you, and let the world see that you are ready to step fully into the legacy that was always meant to be yours. Signs that you are connected to royalty. There are moments in life that seem to echo from another time, another place, as if your very existence is connected to something far older and more profound than you ever imagined. Perhaps you felt it, a sense of déjà vu so strong that it's almost unsettling. You walk into a room, meet someone new, or even experience a seemingly ordinary event, and yet it feels as if it's all happened before. This familiarity isn't just a fleeting feeling. It carries weight, as if your spirit is reminding you of something your mind has long forgotten. For some, it manifests in the way others naturally seek their guidance. People are drawn to them, sensing something in their energy that feels both ancient and comforting. If you experience this, you may have wondered why. Why you, out of everyone, seem to possess this magnetic quality, this ability to inspire trust, admiration, or curiosity in others. It's not just coincidence or chance. It's part of the inheritance you carry, one that you might not even realize is there. Think about the times people have turned to you for advice, even when you felt unqualified. Consider the moments when others have looked to you for leadership or strength, even if you didn't see yourself as a leader. This phenomenon is not random. It's a marker of a deeper truth. When you carry a royal lineage, be it spiritual, ancestral, or both, those around you can sense it, even if they can't put it into words. They recognize something different, something special, and they respond to it almost instinctively. While you might feel like just another person navigating life's challenges, The way others see you tells a different story. Their reactions are reflections of the legacy you carry, one that shines no matter how much you try to blend in. The Bible offers stories of individuals whose lives were transformed by a lineage they didn't fully understand. One such example is Esther, a young orphan raised in a foreign land. At first glance, she was just an ordinary girl, her life marked by loss and uncertainty. But when the moment came, she was elevated to a position of profound influence, not by accident, but by design. Esther's unique qualities, her courage, wisdom, and grace, were not random traits. They were signs of a higher calling, a role she was destined to fulfill. In the same way, you might notice certain patterns in your own life. Seemingly ordinary events take on a deeper significance. Unlikely opportunities appear at just the right time. People you meet, experiences you have, all seem to point you in a direction that's far from accidental. These signs, subtle as they may be, are your own version of the markers that set Esther apart. It's not always grand or dramatic. Sometimes, it's as simple as a dream that lingers longer than usual. You may find that your dreams are more vivid, more detailed, and that they leave you with a sense of purpose or direction. These dreams, often dismissed by others as random, carry messages that your conscious mind may not immediately understand. They serve as a compass, guiding you towards something greater. Similarly, you might have been told that you are an old soul, that your perspective and wisdom seem to go beyond your years. This isn't just flattery or coincidence. It's a reflection of the legacy encoded within you. Your calm demeanor, your ability to see the bigger picture, your capacity to empathize deeply. All of these are signs that you carry a lineage that is both ancient and powerful. They are reminders that you are connected to something far beyond what meets the eye, beyond dreams and personal qualities. You may notice patterns of coincidence that feel anything but random. Perhaps certain numbers, symbols, or recurring themes show up in your life with uncanny consistency. Maybe you keep encountering the same piece of advice from different sources, or see the same image or word at pivotal moments. These synchronicities are more than quirks of chance. They are whispers from your lineage, a subtle affirmation that you're on the right path. They are breadcrumbs left by a history that wants you to remember, to pay attention, and to follow the trail. By acknowledging these signs and recognizing them for what they are, you can begin to see your life not as a series of unrelated events, but as a carefully woven narrative, one that points back to a royal heritage that has been with you all along. Even your challenges can be signs, though they might not feel that way in the moment. If you faced hardships that seemed unfairly difficult, if you felt as though life was testing you more than others, consider the possibility that these struggles were not meant to break you, but to shape you. Those who carry a royal lineage often walk a harder road, not because they're being punished, but because they are being prepared. Adversity as a way of refining the spirit, of bringing clarity to one's purpose. When you reflect on the challenges you've overcome, you may start to see them not as barriers, but as confirmations that you are different, that you are being ready for something greater, for a role that requires strength, resilience, and wisdom beyond your years. These moments, difficult as they were, have set the stage for your emergence as someone who carries a legacy worth honoring. As you begin to recognize these signs, the question is no longer why me, but what now? This awareness comes with responsibility. It's not enough to know that you are different, that you are connected to something ancient and significant. You must decide how you will move forward. Will you embrace this understanding, stepping into the role you were meant to play? Or will you continue to shrink back, denying the very traits that set you apart? By acknowledging these signs and accepting your connection to this lineage, you open the door to possibilities that were always there, waiting for you to see them. This isn't about arrogance or entitlement. It's about humility and purpose. It's about using the gifts and guidance you've been given to contribute something meaningful to the world, to fulfill the calling that has been quietly shaping your life all along. If this resonates with you, if you see these signs in your own life, then it's time to take action. It's time to pay attention to the patterns, to trust the wisdom within, and follow the path that has been laid out for you. These signs are not random. They are not coincidences. They are proof that you are part of something greater, something enduring. Comment royalty if you feel these signs align with your life. Let others know that you see it too, and that you are ready to step into the truth of who you are. why they've been searching for you. It's no accident that your journey has been marked by struggle, mystery, and moments of inexplicable resistance. Deep down, you may have sensed that you were not meant to walk an ordinary path. But what if the resistance you felt wasn't just bad luck or coincidence? What if there are forces that have known who you are from the start? Forces that see your potential and fear what it could mean. You see, you don't need to seek the spotlight or crave material wealth for your life to hold incredible power. Simply by existing, by being who you are, you carry within you the seeds of transformation, the ability to shift perspectives and inspire those around you. And it's because of this quiet, steady influence that they've been watching, not to celebrate or elevate you, but to keep you in check. They understand that if you fully step into your purpose, it could upset the delicate balance they've worked so hard to maintain. This isn't a tale of paranoia or fear-mongering. It's about understanding the spiritual and emotional weight of what it means to be truly seen. When you carry something within you, be it a unique perspective, a powerful ancestral inheritance, or an unshakable inner strength, those in positions of authority take notice. Imagine walking into a room and feeling the silent shifts of attention, not because you seek it, but because your presence speaks volumes. Maybe you felt this in the subtle ways people treat you differently, or in the roadblocks that seem to appear whenever you try to step into your power. It's as though every time you get close to embracing your truth, something comes along to pull you back. And while it's tempting to dismiss these patterns as bad luck or random misfortune, the truth is far more significant. The struggles you faced are not a reflection of weakness, but of strength. They are a testament to what you represent, and to why certain forces would prefer you remain unseen. To understand this fully, consider the story of Moses. Born into a time of great oppression, Moses entered the world under a cloud of danger. The Pharaoh, sensing a threat to his rule, ordered the destruction of all Hebrew baby boys. Why? Because even as an infant, Moses represented the potential for liberation, a shift in power that the Pharaoh feared more than anything else. The young Moses, born of a seemingly ordinary lineage, carried within him the possibility of disrupting an empire's carefully constructed control. And that's why they sought to eliminate him before he could realize his destiny. In the same way, those who have held sway over society's narratives today understand the significance of certain individuals and lineages. They recognize that some people, like you, carry the potential to challenge their systems, to inspire others, and to bring long-hidden truths to light. Their search for you has never been about celebrating your gifts. It's been about preventing you from using them fully. But no matter how closely you've been watched, no matter how carefully they've tried to guide you away from your calling, something within you has remained resilient. Even when the odds were stacked against you, even when it felt like the weight of the world was pressing down, you didn't break. That's the power you carry. It's not just about endurance. It's about an inner awareness that has grown stronger over time. You've seen glimpses of what you're capable of, and each time you step into that potential, you've felt the resistance lessen. This isn't a coincidence. It's a sign that, while they may have tried to hold you down, they could never fully contain you. And as you continued on this journey, that hidden power within you has only grown more apparent, more undeniable. In fact, the very act of staying true to yourself is what makes you a threat. They've constructed narratives to keep people in line, to make the world feel smaller, more predictable. By existing as you do, someone who questions, who seeks, who refuses to simply follow the script, you challenge the very foundation of those narratives. Your voice, your presence, your unique energy creates ripples that can't be ignored. People begin to notice, to wake up, to ask questions of their own. This ripple effect is what they fear most. It's not that you're an enemy or that you've done anything wrong. It's that by standing in your truth, you remind others of their own power. And when enough people remember who they are, the balance shifts. The systems of control that once seemed unshakable begin to weaken. This is why they've been watching. And this is why you've always felt that extra pressure, because what you represent is nothing short of transformative. As you begin to recognize this, it's normal to feel a mix of emotions. Perhaps you feel validated, knowing that your struggles weren't just random. Maybe you feel a sense of purpose, understanding that you have a role to play in something larger than yourself. Or perhaps you feel a bit overwhelmed, unsure of how to proceed. That's okay. The key is to acknowledge the truth and take small steps toward fully embodying it. You don't need to have all the answers today. All you need is the courage to keep going, to keep exploring, and to trust that the very fact that you've come this far is proof of your strength. They may have tried to hide you from yourself, but they couldn't. They may have tried to discourage you, but you've endured. And now, as you stand at this turning point, you hold all the power to decide how you will move forward. So, what will you do with this understanding? Will you continue to let others define your path, or will you begin to reclaim the narrative? This moment is an invitation, not just to see yourself clearly, but to step into the role you were meant to play. It's not about seeking revenge or harboring resentment. It's about realizing that your very existence is proof that the world needs something different. You have the capacity to inspire, to guide, and to remind others of what's possible. And that is why they've been searching for you. Not to celebrate you, but to keep you from embracing your truth. The choice is yours now. To stay hidden or to rise into your rightful place as someone who cannot be silenced. If this resonates with you, if you felt the weight of being watched and the pull toward something greater, let it be known. Comment truth below to affirm your understanding. This is more than a simple affirmation. It's a statement that you see what's been hidden, that you know why they've searched for you, and that you're ready to embrace your destiny. Let your voice be heard, and take the next step toward becoming the person you were always meant to be. What this means for your future. Now that you're beginning to understand the truth, the world may feel like it's shifting beneath your feet. This isn't just about realizing who you are. It's about seeing the path ahead in a completely different light. The life you've known, the struggles, the moments of doubt, the feeling of being out of place, has been a preparation for something far greater. If you've ever felt like you were waiting for the right moment to step forward, that moment is now. This is a time to embrace the bigger picture and recognize that your unique qualities, your experiences, and even your pain have all been shaping you into someone who can create meaningful change. You don't need to have all the answers just yet. In the Bible, David's story reminds us of the power of transformation. He wasn't chosen because he appeared powerful or because he sought fame. He was chosen because of his heart, his courage, and his willingness to follow a calling greater than himself. Before he was king, he was just a boy tending sheep, dismissed by others but seen by God. When he finally embraced his destiny, it wasn't for his own glory. It was to guide and uplift his people, to protect them, and fulfill a purpose far larger than his own life. In many ways, your journey mirrors that story. You might not have seen yourself as someone destined to inspire or lead, but your experiences, your perseverance, and the unique qualities that make you who you are all point to a deeper calling. The truth about who you are is not just something to be known. It's something to be lived. As you step into this new understanding, you'll begin to notice changes. Opportunities that once felt out of reach will start appearing. You may find that your voice carries more weight, that people begin looking to you for guidance and insight. It's not about becoming a celebrity or chasing recognition. It's about finding fulfillment in the role you were always meant to play. Like David, you have the ability to lead, to inspire, and to create a ripple effect that touches the lives of those around you. The path ahead won't be about perfection. It will be about growth. Each step you take will bring more clarity, more purpose, and more alignment. This is the time to let go of old doubts and limitations. Trust that the shifts you're experiencing now are paving the way for a future where you can make a profound difference. The truth about your identity comes with responsibilities, but it also comes with freedom. No longer do you have to fit into someone else's idea of who you should be. No longer do you need to shrink yourself or hide the parts of you that feel different. You have a unique purpose, and stepping into that purpose means embracing your authenticity fully. It's not about being perfect or flawless. It's about being real, being present, and allowing your true self to shine. As you move forward, you'll find that the more authentic you are, the more powerful your impact becomes. People are drawn to authenticity because it reminds them of their own potential. By being unapologetically yourself, you give others permission to do the same. This is what leadership truly looks like, not controlling others, but empowering them by living your truth. If you're ready to take that step, if you feel the truth of what's been revealed to you, know that the next chapter is yours to write. There's no need to rush or force the process. Just take one step at a time. trusting that you are exactly where you need to be. And as you do, you'll find that the world around you begins to change as well. People will respond to your energy, opportunities will align, and your path will become clearer. This is your moment to rise, to trust in your divine purpose, and to walk boldly into the future you were always meant to claim. If this resonates with you, comment future below and affirm your readiness. This is more than just a moment of realization. It's a turning point that will shape the rest of your life. How to embrace your role in the grand plan. Stepping into your role in the grand plan is not something that happens all at once. For most, it begins quietly, a subtle shift in awareness, a growing sense that you are meant for more. Perhaps you felt it in those quiet moments of doubt, wondering why you can't seem to fit into the patterns that others follow so easily. Maybe it's a persistent feeling that there's a greater purpose pulling you forward, even if you can't fully define it yet. This first step is not about certainty. It's about openness. It's about acknowledging that there's something inside of you, something undeniable, that has been waiting for you to notice it. By simply recognizing that truth, you've already begun to embrace your role. The question now is whether you'll continue to take those steps forward, even when the path is unclear. It's natural to feel resistance. When you start to acknowledge your purpose, old fears and doubts can surface. You might find yourself questioning whether you're truly chosen for anything special. But that resistance isn't proof that you're on the wrong track. It's evidence that you're stepping out of your comfort zone. Consider the story of Paul. Before he became the great apostle, he was Saul, a man whose life seemed completely opposed to the path he would ultimately take. His transformation didn't come easily. It came through a profound, life-altering experience. And while not everyone will have such a dramatic shift, the underlying truth remains. Transformation requires you to face your fears, your doubts, and the parts of yourself you've been hesitant to accept. In doing so, you begin to break free from the limitations that have held you back, clearing the way for your true purpose to emerge. The beauty of this journey is that it doesn't require perfection. You don't need to have all the answers or be free from doubt to take the next step. What matters is that you are willing to move forward. Daily practices like meditation and reflection help to center your mind and align your heart with your higher calling. Acts of courage, small as they may seem, build the inner strength you need to grow. Each time you choose courage over fear, each time you take a step toward the unknown, you become more aligned with the flow of the universe's plan for you. Over time, these small, consistent efforts create momentum. The changes might be gradual, but they are significant. You'll notice that your perspective shifts, that opportunities begin to appear, and that your confidence grows. This is not a race. It's a process, and every step counts. When you embrace your role, you are not just changing your life. You are changing the lives of those around you. As you claim your truth and step into your purpose, you naturally inspire others to do the same. Your courage becomes a beacon, showing others that they too can overcome their fears and doubts. Your authenticity gives others permission to be authentic as well. This ripple effect is how true transformation happens. By simply living your truth, you contribute to a greater shift, one that touches countless lives. This is how you fulfill your role in the grand plan. Not by striving for fame or recognition, but by living your purpose with honesty and integrity. As others see the changes in you, they begin to believe that change is possible for them too. In this way, your role becomes not just about your own growth, but about uplifting others and creating a better world for everyone. If this resonates with you, if you feel the pull toward your purpose and the desire to step into your role, then now is the time to act. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about recognizing that every moment is a chance to align more fully with your calling. You don't need to have all the answers. All you need is the willingness to take the next step. Whether that step is embracing your authenticity, reaching out to support a community, or simply taking a few quiet moments to reflect on your journey, every small action moves you closer to the life you were meant to live. This is your time. This is your moment. Comment, "I am chosen," below if you feel ready to step forward and claim your role in the grand plan. Let this be the first of many actions that bring you closer to life you were always meant to lead. By embracing your calling, staying grounded in your values, and continuously growing, you'll inspire others to do the same. Your life will become a testament to the power of authenticity, resilience, and purpose. And as you look back on your journey, you'll see that every experience, every challenge, and every victory has contributed to the person you become, a true leader who walks with integrity, uplifts others, and lights the way forward.